So here we are. Remember this page is for you connect. So I'm going to click on this, and while I have selected this image, this text view, then I'm going to click on this and edit it. So I'm going to say you connect, and I'm going to add space and move to the next paragraph and say unlimited internet. Okay, so now I have this. I'm going to specify the text size, the size of the text, and there's another function I have here, which is the style, but I don't want to make this bold, so I'm going to close that off. Then I'm going to move to text color, and in this text color, I'm going to select white as the color of the text. So then I'm going to add some margin to it from the top. I'm gonna say 20, and let's see how it goes. No, so I'm gonna say 30 so I can have more space. So when I click off, you can see that it's looking nice. So I think this works for me right now. So, and then I'm gonna specify another kind of, or maybe let me try play around with the text size and see if I can have a bigger size. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm just gonna keep that one here for now. So I'm gonna take another one, which is the next item we have on the screen, and this one I'm going to give it as a description. Okay, you connect. We provide unlimited internet access to customers all over Nigeria. Full stop. Okay, then I can go to another paragraph and say get connected, or just connected and stay connected. Stay connected with unlimited data. Unlimited data. Okay, so I think this is good enough for a description. Um, I'm gonna change the text size to something 18. Let's see what we have with 18. Okay, that's really big. So let's try 16. All right, that's good. So we change the color to white. All right. Then here, the idea of having this text view here is for us to make it into a button. Yes, you can make a text view into a button because you can assign a function, an action to a text view, an image view, or anything at all on the page on the screen. So you can even assign a function to a layout, and it will become clickable. So when you click on it, it performs a function. So for now, I'm going to just use this one, and let's say I'm going to call this button okay, I'm going to call this button a contact us or get connected, a connect button. So when you I want the intention is to have a button that a user can click on, and he or she will be taken to a page where they can get connect now. Okay, let me say connect now. It's gonna be an action button, connect now. Okay, so I'm gonna set the size to 14, and the color is gonna be whatever color I will set as the background of it. But for now, I want to set the layout to be in the middle, and then I want to push it down a little bit, just a little bit from the top. 20 is enough, and there I have it. So I can add another description here, maybe another image view here, at this bottom. So it's gonna be one that can match with parents and specifying the. I'm not actually done with the other one, but I just want to digress a little bit so I can get a view of what I'm intending to achieve there first for before I come back. So I'm gonna look for an image of our subscription plans. So this is it. This is the image of our subscription plans. So I'm gonna set for this connect now. I'm gonna set it give it a margin from the bottom. It's gonna be a 20. So now I want to set a background for this text view, and then this text view is going to carry this background here. I think that looks good. All right, that looks good. So I'm going to take this text view and gravitate it to the center of the screen, so you see it's looking so good right now. Now there is a problem. Now the problem is that this screen is scrolling, which defeats the idea of having this here. So due to that fact, I'm gonna have to delete this one and make this screen static. So now this screen is static, it makes more sense to have this here. So when a user clicks on connect now, he's automatically taken to another page where he can connect. Okay, and then I will give further description to this here. Get connected with unlimited data. We provide you connect sat. Let me just say you connect data. You connect sat available all over Nigeria. Well, you connect fiber point to point, available in cities across Nigeria. Across Nigeria. Okay, now I have further more description, and this page is not looking scanty. Now I have more description there. So I think this page works and it looks really nice. So I'm gonna save. Now I want to assign functions to this. Now I'll click on this one and give it a function in the event tab. So what I want is that on click, when this button is clicked on, it should take me to the previous page since it's a back button. So what I'm going to do is to come here to components, and then I'm going to add an intent component first of all, because there is no intent component specified for this. And in the previous page, the intent name I used was I, so just I. So I'm just gonna continue and use I as my intent name, as my intent component name. So I'm gonna add it here. Now it's added. So once a component is added, the what Sketchware does is that it will populate the component blocks, and then you have more blocks in your component block. So you can see now intent. We created intent component, and then we have intent blocks showing up. So what I'm going to do is to set screen. We want to set screen because we want to target the screen. Now we want to start activity. We want to start activity because we want to intent to start that activity. Right. So first of all, I'm going to specify the components that we want, which is this intent components. You can have multiple intent components for different functions. Now the screen we want to target is our dashboard screen, which is going to take us back to the main screen. So we want to start the components, start the activity. Which activity? The intent activity I. So that's added. So we're going to take all of this code right now and put them here. And that's it. We've written a code. Now, if you want to know whether or not you've written a code, just click on this button here and it will show you the source code. So we're going to click on it, and this is the source code, the code we've just given. So in the first line, line 1, we see I, which is the intent name, dot set class, open brackets, get application context, and open and close brackets, then comma, dash activity dot class, semicolon, bracket close, then semicolon. Now in the line 2, we said start activity. Which activity? We specify that the activity we want is the intent component. Now this code here is a Java code, which is the same code that is used in writing many applications, both on Android and iOS. Okay, so we are done with this component here. So for connect now, we want to pass a function that allows the user to either send us a message or call us directly. So we're going to set this action to go to on click. So when the user clicks on it, and we're going to come to components, but since we have already specified our intent previously, we can use the same component, intent components, for this same action that we're supposed to set. So we're just going to pass the user to a screen where they can contact us. So we're just going to do the same thing we did in the other page, except for the fact that for the other function, except for the fact that we are targeting a different screen. So intent will be I, and intent will be I. Then the set screen here will be a different screen, which is going to be the contact screen. So contact us screen. So the user is going to contact us. So we specify it and we put it there, and that's it. So now we have done this. We click on this, it takes us to where we need to go. So we click on this, it takes us to where we need to go. Now this image here doesn't have a function, but uh, we can decide to give it a function if we want. So maybe when a user clicks on it, but that's really not necessary for this job, for this project. So we're just going to save. Now that we have saved, we're just going to run this app. So Sketchware is going to start compiling the application. You can see compiling resources, and while you're waiting, it's asking you some questions, and it's going to show you the answer after this timer times out. So just watch. It says you can only access events from the events tab. Yes, true or false? False. X means false. Now in this question it says the index of the first item in the list is 1, which is wrong, so false, because the index on the first item in the list is 0. So you can change the language settings for Sketchware, which is true. Okay, now new component blocks are added when you add components. Remember when we added the intent component, it says yes. So intent component clear top removes the uppermost screen, which is true. Oh, which is false. So you see, it's an exam, so it's kind of question and answer. The start activity block is used to navigate to another activity. Yes, that's true. I know that one. So saved shared preference data will delete after you restart the application. does it actually delete? It doesn't delete because it's saved. Oh, so I said it's saved and I said true. So I was supposed to say false. You can create a custom list item for the list view. Yeah, you can do that. So you can overlap widgets using translation and rotation properties. Yes, you can do that. You can only add one component per activity. True or false. You can add multiples. Okay. You can change the default color of status bar in the project's advanced settings. That's true. Intent components, single top flag reuses the activity rather than creating one if it exists in the navigation stack. Yes, that's correct. It's possible to change a number to a string and vice versa. Yes, that's true. A string is actually a text. So you cannot set the maximum number of lines a text view can display. False, you can set it. Java is compiling, so you see the status of the app. You can export the project to continue working on Android Studio. Yeah, that's true. So now it's telling us compilation error. All right, so what is the error? YouTube is the error because we added YouTube player to the other screen. So I'm just gonna go over to the dashboard screen and do a correction to this, and I think that's it. I just need to remove this code, and now that is done. Now I'm going to rerun this. Okay, so while we wait, it's possible to open another other application using intent components. It's not possible actually. You can't open another application. You can use more blocks to develop more quickly, yes, and efficiently. Okay, it's possible to place multiple widgets inside the scroll layout. No, false. It's not. You need a Play Store developer account to upload APK to Play Store. Yeah, that's true. Adding a drawer or a float button in an activity has no effect in the compilation time. No, it does. It has an effect on the compilation time. You can set an additional set of images on an image view using this background resources property. Yeah, remember how we set a background for the MikroTik router that we added its picture there? So this property lets you position the children inside the layouts. Layout gravity or gravity? I think it's gravity. Yeah. Okay, that's correct. How do you set a number keyboard? You set it by number decimal. You can upload pictures to Firebase storage. Yes, you can do that. It's possible to infinitely loop file sound. Yeah, it's possible. We might crash your app if you don't set it properly. Adding a drawer or float button in an activity does not have it. So you see, it's repeating questions. So it does have. So these questions answer actually helps you understand Sketchware the more and understand what is possible, what is doable, what you can do, how far you can go with it. So it's most times helps you and quiz your brain and helps with your understanding of the software. So it's always good to, while you're compiling your app, you answer some of these questions and it helps you refresh your memory. So deleting the Sketchware app will remove all saved projects. Yeah, false. Object animator component is the only way to, it's not the only way to animate widget. You can programmatically animate a widget. You can choose a file using file picker, yes. It's possible to place multiple. No, it's not possible. So see, it's repeating that question. Now Java is compiling here, so don't hold your breath. Yeah. So you can only check for one condition inside the if and else. No, you can check multiple conditions inside an if and else block. This property lets you add spacing around the widget. Spacing around the widgets is margin. Oh, okay, around the widgets is padding. Using forever block without the stop block will hang or crash the application. Yeah, that's true. So you see, it's building the APK and signing it. So I rather not click on anything on the page again. So it's install. So we have this app. We've developed it, and we're just going to install it and test and debug and test again. So open. So here we are, smart home login. That takes us to the main screen. So on the main screen here, you see this image is actually changing on its own. Yeah. So on the main screen here, we have added some things. So I'm just going to inspect them. All right. So I'm going to click on this, and you see it brought us here. So when we click on this, it takes us back. When we click on this, it brings us here. We'll click on this, takes us back. You see, easy peasy, easy. So this one actually takes us to the contact us page, but since we've not specified what will be on that page, so it's an empty page, we can't do anything. So when we click on this one, it doesn't do anything. So we'll go back here, we'll click on this, click on this, click on this. Yeah. So that concludes our tutorial for today. Have a good one.